Hi, I'm Brent. Today we've got a video update for you on wheels. Now, this is not something that we normally talk about a lot when it comes to modifications on our cars that we have through the MRT Performance Workshop, but we've been associated with OZ Wheels here in Australia for a long time, and as you can see on my BRZ, which is now well past its use-by date, this car is close to 5 years old, we've had these OZ wheels on it, which are a 225/40/17 tyre with an 18-inch wheel to fit our big aftermarket brakes. And of course, when we got our new WRX a bit over 3 years ago, of course we went to the same option, and you'll see similar again, the OZ wheel in an 18, but this time we run a 245/40 Kumo tyre on it because they're a slightly wider wheel option. And the main reason why we've gone to these wheels is for two reasons. One is to reduce the unsprung weight, but also we wanted to go to something a little bit bigger to allow us to run bigger brakes. Now let's just talk about the BRZ. And as you can see, we've got big Alcon kit fitted in here because we wanted to run something mechanically bigger than the original factory Subaru Toyota 86 brake package. Remember, if you've got a Toyota 86 GTS, it's got bigger brakes than the GT model, whereas the BRZ has got the same brakes no matter what model you get, which is the same as the GTS Toyota 86, which is effectively the early model Subaru WRX brakes. So a lot of people look to go bigger in wheels because of course they look fantastic, but just what do you want to look for when you're choosing your wheels? Because there is a huge variation in quality, whether you go for something that's practically junk out of China but may look really cool, would be really tempting to buy because it's cheap. But we see so many cars come through our workshop that have got bent wheels and they just cost a fortune to repair. And of course, when you buy something cheap, you get what you pay for. Now, the thing is, I've absolutely abused these two cars over many, many years, whether it's a track day or even just driving over potholes in and around Sydney peak hour traffic. And the good thing about a good quality wheel, such as the OZ wheel, is they are incredibly strong, and that is the big difference. And of course, for their design, the weight is really good as well. And if you compare the weight of this type of wheel to an original factory wheel or even some of the aftermarket wheels, you'll find the good quality wheels are actually lighter. And you may be asking, well, what does that really matter? Well, what you remember is when you're driving down the road, effectively the suspension is designed to keep the body of the car traveling at a constant ride height, and the suspension is traveling up and down. Now, that is called the unsprung weight of all of the things moving up and down. So the lighter you can make the wheels, the discs, the brake caliper, the suspension components on the pivoting side, then the quicker it can respond to changes in direction, as in bumps, potholes, and undulations, but of course when you're going around corners. But if you put some really big heavy piece of junk aftermarket wheel that you got really cheap and it weighs a heap, then you're going to sacrifice your suspension and handling improvements, and you will actually feel the difference. So these are some of the things you may want to consider when you're choosing the wheels for your car. And of course, over a period of time, you can have that peace of mind in knowing that they will last as well. And these look quite grubby, and I must be honest with you, I probably don't really look after my wheels as well as I should, but when you clean them all up, they look fantastic. So let's just focus on the benefits and a summary point of view. If you're choosing your wheels, choose a good, well-known brand. And of course, the other thing to make sure that they fit your car properly, because there's a whole range of different offsets and different rim diameters, which is the thing that we always want to fit the bigger brakes. But what is actually the width of the wheel to suit your chosen design of what you want on your car? Because bigger is not always better. And of course, as you go up in rolling diameter, effectively you have to go to a lower profile tyre, which will compromise your ride quality. Now, you may not care about that, but these are some of the things that you want to consider depending on the type of choice that you're going to use for your car. And of course, the other thing to decide on is wider is not always better, because if you make the wheel too wide, then of course you're going to reduce the fun of your car. It's going to cost you a lot more money to put a set of tyres on as well, and you might end up choosing a wheel size option that requires a tyre that is very unusual and costs you a lot more to fit. So the other thing I want to touch on, and I can't show you here, but inside the back of the wheel on all wheels, there is a hub ring which is centric to locating the wheel on the hub of the suspension, whether it's the front or back. And you've got to remember, the wheel nuts are mechanically designed to hold the wheel on the car. They're not designed to support the weight of the car when you're driving. It's the hub ring that takes the mechanical load of the wheel to locate it onto the suspension. And I see a lot of cars when they come through our workshop that don't have the hub rings located correctly, or they don't have any at all. And these are why you may be suffering, or your friends may be suffering from broken wheel nuts and studs, or your wheel nuts may come loose all the time. But also at the end of the day, you might be driving down the road and you have this funny vibration, you just can't work out what it is. And that might be because the wheel is not located correctly on the hub because it doesn't have that centering ring. So do a bit of homework, check it all out. You can check out the OZ Racing wheels here in Australia from the Australian distributors AMG, but of course, do your homework, make sure you get the right type of tyre and wheel package to suit your needs. And of course, we'll always be here to give you any guidance if you make a comment on this post here on our channel. But for today, when looking for wheels and tyres, I hope this video has helped you understand a little bit more about what you need for your car. My name is Brett Middleton. Thanks for watching.